Hello. Blind Pew here. If you regularly receive my transmissions, then you will know that I am on my way home after an epic and eventful journey to the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. I'm now almost home, approaching just 1,000 light years from inhabited space. If you have inadvertently stumbled across this transmission, then you can see the start of my journey by clicking on the link embedded in this transmission now. Okay. So, as I said, I am now approaching 1,000 light years from home and am beginning to feel that I might just make it back in one piece and find out how much I will make from my exploration trip. So, as usual, I can't resist scooping some fuel when I see a binary star system.
Warning, temperature critical.
Got to watch that heat though. Don't want to run into problems so very close to the end of this journey.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Now this is quite interesting, and worth a brief stop even though I am attempting to get home as fast as possible. A high metal content world orbiting a brown dwarf star, with another brown dwarf in the distance and what looks like a K-class star nearby. Such a beautiful vista is always worth a brief stop to admire. Aha! You've caught me planning my entry point into inhabited space. My aim is to approach from an unusual angle, from below the bubble of inhabited space into Empire-controlled space. That being mainly because the Federation had me on their most hated list when I set off, for one reason or another, so I prefer to avoid them altogether. Oh dear me. Against that star, the full extent of damage to my canopy can be seen. Not good.
Frameshift drive charging.
As I get nearer to home, the image of Barnard's loop looms ever closer as a reminder. But, once again, it is always worth a brief stop for something interesting. In this case, a planet with rather unusual coloration. Let's take a closer look. Really getting very close to home now, as you can see. Now then, it has come to my attention that the Explorers Association in Lave Station in the Lave system are running a limited time program to collect exploration data. Extra payouts are promised for those contributing large amounts of exploration data. I'm therefore adjusting my plan. I will now go directly to the Lave system, though the route through Federation space and Anarchy systems concerns me somewhat. Look at that. This area I am headed into is called the Corona Dark Region. I don't like the sound of that.
4, 3,
2. Right then. Now that I am getting close to inhabited space, my intention is to fuel scoop a full tank and keep that topped up at every jump. In that way, if I run into trouble, I may have enough fuel to make it home without another fuel scoop. Not far now. Not far at all. Barnard's loop looming even closer now. Let's do this. What at one point seemed unimaginable. Let's finally bring what remains of this beaten up and broken spaceship home. Oh. I've arrived in a lawless system. No sooner am I in an inhabited system than someone is trying to interdict me. After 8 months in deep space, I'm rather out of practice at this. I'll clearly need to get up to speed soon. Looks like I'm going to get interdicted here. Yeah, they got me. In retrospect, I should have just submitted. Okay, who is this? What do they want? Okay, that's clear then. I decided to try my 6-beam lasers, but I've just realized they were all fixed, not gimbaled, and I'm severely out of practice.
Shields offline. Taking damage.
Ominous sound. Yet canopy critical. I'm out of here. And I did manage to get out of there pretty swift. Unfortunately, shortly afterwards a local law enforcement agency decided to interdict me with a critically damaged canopy. That's all it took. The canopy is now breached and I am on reserve oxygen. This is an emergency. I need to route directly to Lave. No time to spare. But with 7 minutes and being not too far away, it is possible.
Scan detected.
Yes. Thanks for your help, local law enforcer. I must say I really am fed up with the Federation. Unfortunately, things have taken a turn for the worse. My frameshift drive appears to have taken damage and is not functioning. I've lost time and need it back online now, or I will be ending my journey right here. Oh, there it is. Back online. I do have some luck remaining. Let's get moving. Now. Getting nearer. Down to 4 minutes oxygen. I've now arrived in the Lave system. 2 minutes oxygen remaining. But there is a problem. My canopy is so wrecked that I have literally no heads-up display at all. I'm going to have to fly this using the computer in the bottom left there. The small blue dot in the center of where the canopy was is Lave station. Everything in my head is screaming at me to go faster. But I can't. I have to keep this controlled. If I overshoot, there will be no time left to reattempt. There. Disengaging supercross. As soon as I am out of supercross, I will boost flight assist off towards the station. That way I can request docking, etc., whilst I am traveling towards the station for maximum efficiency. As I dock, you will understand if I do not talk much. I'm down to 1 minute remaining oxygen now.
Flight assist off.
Lave station. This is Blind Pew requesting emergency docking.
Docking request granted. Cabin pressure alert. Flight assist on. Cabin pressure alert.
Atmosphere restored.
Flight assist off.
That first breath was sweet, indeed.
Flight assist on. Landing gear deployed.
Despite it being Lave Station's recycled air. So, I've actually made it home. I can't really express how truly awesome it feels to have traveled all that massive distance to the center of the galaxy, and now, finally, to have just about scraped home. Right. I'd better take this easy. I've not docked for many months. How embarrassing would it be to destroy my ship now? Must be careful. It's been so long since I was in a station that I am almost happy to hear the automated station announcer there.
Cabin pressure alert.
It must seem that I am swiveling my head around like a bit of a loon. Sorry about that. It's just that it has been so long since I have been inside a station that the sight of it is all new and fresh again, to me. Even the locals spamming the communication channels are a welcome sight to me. Right. First things first. Let's check out the state of the ship. Ship integrity at 0. I suppose that is to be expected for such a long journey. As you can see, the majority of my subsystems are damaged and are probably, on average, at around 50% health status. Glad the life support held up. Okay, where is this community goal on exploration I've been hearing all about? That, after all, is why I am in Lave Station, isn't it? Ah, mapping the cosmos. Planetary data. That must be it. And rewards by delivering exploration data to Lave Station. The Explorers Association has issued a public appeal for exploration data. The appeal has been submitted on behalf of a number of secondary organizations which are lined up to purchase the data from the Explorers Association to improve their planetary databases. Pilots who wish to contribute to the initiative are encouraged to deliver their exploration data to Lave Station. At the moment it looks like 3,000 people have contributed 400,000 reports, and therefore the goal is at tier 3. That means that if I can get into the top 5% of contributors, I will get a bonus of 7,500,000 credits when the initiative ends next week. Even more if we get the goal to tier 4 or even 5. Right. Let's take a look at the exploration data itself then. This first page, of 20 reports, says that it is worth 1,200,000 credits alone. It does however look like a good page, as it has the Great Annihilator system, Sagittarius A and the Tours I system on it. Sagittarius A is worth 600,000 credits alone, I see. Let's check out another page before I start selling. Yes, this one is worth less at 400,000 credits. I'm not sure on what basis the system is grouping these together. Randomly? And this page is worth around 300,000. Okay, it's about time to start selling this, I think. Nice. Aha. These must be all the bonuses for first discovery. By extension that must also mean that these planets will forever bear the name of Blind Pew as first discoverer. I must admit that, more than any profits, was one of my main aims on this trip. There seem to be quite a few first discoverers there. So, as you can see, a single page of data sold and I am up to category D. Top 70% of contributors, that's a 150,000 credit bonus if the goal ends as things stand. But it won't. So, 5 minutes of selling later and I am approaching 3 million credits. And still the first discoverers roll in. And now around 10 minutes in and I'm up to 5.5 million credits. Lovely, more first discoveries. So where does that put me in the community goal? Alright, up to category C now it seems. Top 40% of contributors and 2,500,000 bonus if things stay as they are. But again, they won't. Approaching 20 minutes of selling this data now and, fantastic, I'm up to approximately 13 million credits. I've lost count of the number of first discoverers credited to me now. And so, With that last page of data sold, I am now into category A of the community goal. Top 5% of contributors 7,500,000 credit bonus if it ends as things stand. So that maybe gives you an idea of the level of data required. If I was smart, I might use my remaining data in other ways, selling it elsewhere. But I'm too risk averse. I'm going to sell it all here to cement my position in the top 5% of the community goal, to try and push the community goaler up to tier 5 for maximum rewards. But mostly, because I am scared that someone will destroy my ship and all the remaining data if I leave this station. Approaching half an hour of selling this data now and, brilliant, I am up to 24 million credits. What? Sorry about that, this selling data surely takes a long time. I've been selling it for about 45 minutes now and, superb, I'm up to 39 million credits. Whoa. I drifted off again there. Around an hour of selling and sterling, I have reached 65 million credits. Most welcome. Most welcome, indeed. Up, asleep again. Looks like all data has been sold after around 1 hours 15 minutes and I am now 69 million credits up. Simply astounding. However, I must say, the main thing for me is all the first discoveries. All those planets that should now bear my name. That is priceless. Community goal is still at tier 3. I'll have to wait for it to end to see if it goes up some tiers and to see what bonus I get from it. Not quite an elite explorer yet. But the good news is that means I will have to go on further exploration trips. So, just over a week has passed since I sold my data and that means that the community goal should now have finished. Let's check out the result. There ain't seem to be anything in the side panel. I'll check the bulletin board. Excellent. It topped out at tier 5 and I remained in the top 5% of contributors, so I get a 15 million credit bonus. I'll collect that now. A nice little extra. So all told, I made around 85 million credits, though you will note that I have spent some. Not on anything worthwhile, mind you, just on the party and other frivolities here in Lave Station. Well, how to celebrate? Big ships are so passé. Therefore, there really is only one way to mark the occasion. Yep. You guessed it. Gold Sidewinder. Yuletide felicitations, commanders. And I'll see you out there. Hello. Blind Pew here. If you have followed my previous